Joining us now, Nancy Dye, Republican candidate for the 21st Senate District that is in Southwest Virginia. That district right now represented by John Edwards, been there 3 terms. Now, there's also a likely independent candidate in this race, which is Don Caldwell. He is the current Democrat Commonwealth's attorney for Roanoke City. Been there a long time. He's got deep ties to the community. He's unhappy with what is going on. He's very likely, 99% likely, to get in this race. And we'll find it out before June 9th. If he gets in, I rate this as a 3-way dead heat. Any of these candidates can win. You got to take Caldwell's candidacy very seriously. Now, with a lot of what's going on, there is one seat that I believe the Democrats are likely to take, and that is John Watkins' old seat. Although Glenn Sturdivant is a good candidate, the Democrats still have a nomination battle. Dan Gecker, the favorite there, but that seat most likely, right now I've got the Democrat there, a slight favorite. If the Democrats win Watkins' seat and hold serve on everything else, Dick Saslow is back in as majority leader. That leaves 21, which could be the seat that could determine who's in control of the Virginia Senate come 2016. And joining us now, the GOP candidate, Dr. Nancy Dye. Hey, Dr. Dye, good to have you with us. Happy Memorial Day.
Thank you, John. Same to you. It sounds like you had a terrific one. Crab cakes and baseball doesn't get any better than that.
Yes, we did. And we went to the racetrack, so it was like the trifecta, right?
Right. And JoJo's never going to forget his first game. That's awesome.
No, he was never going to get his first game. And you got to get, my dad did the same thing with me. I was a little bit younger than him because it was just easier for us. We were in New York at the time. But the first game my dad took me to was an Astros game, 1965. Yeah, I was 7. 1965 Astros Mets at Shea Stadium. And he did the same thing. He got me there. He got me there early, 2 hours before it started, so I get the full throttle of it and watch baseball, watch batting practice and everything. So he had a lot of fun yesterday, and we got back safe. But I was telling the story earlier, Nancy, also that we decided, actually it was Ann's idea, the Fräulein's idea. We decided going to Pimlico on Sunday to drive through the riots area of Baltimore City. And I got to say, I grew up in Jersey City. I've lived in New York City. I'm not, from Tennessee or something, right? Nothing wrong with Tennessee. I'm not like a Southerner. I'm from New York, New Jersey urban areas. And driving through the riot-torn area of Baltimore City was one of the most shocking things I've seen. And maybe I'm older, maybe I've been out of it, maybe I haven't been there in a while, but I just couldn't believe it. It was like I was in a third world country for like 20 minutes.
It is tragic, isn't it?
It is so tragic. And I don't know if is it race or is it poverty or is it failed policies of Democratic regime?
I think it's failure of a lot of the liberal policies over the past 50 years, really.
And no middle class.
Right.
Just to go through there and to see, it was just dilapidated apartment building after apartment building, every other one burned out, boarded up, plywood, all the windows broken. Whatever businesses were remaining, and maybe 1 out of 5 were remaining, 4 out of 5 were shut down, same thing, bars boarded up. But even the ones that were remaining, it was like they were jailed in. They had armor, they had bars on the windows, they had chain links over it. It's like, who could survive in this type of an environment?
Right, and it also just destroys hope and ambition when you are surrounded by that, I think, and that's something that we need to restore.
Absolutely. Okay, so Dr. Dye, tell us about your campaign. You're a first-time candidate in a hotly contested race. You learned.
Oh, I've learned a lot, John. I've learned a lot like what you said earlier, until you really drove through Baltimore, you couldn't understand what's going on. And what I found out is that until you are really out in the district talking to people, visiting their businesses, knocking on doors in different neighborhoods, you really don't understand what's going on, and you have to have that connection to the people. And that's been really great for me.
When you're going door to door, Nancy, what are people saying? Tell me what's on people's minds.
The number one thing that I hear is the economy. People are worried about jobs here in Southwest Virginia. We have lost several big companies here in Roanoke. We've lost Advance Auto. The railroad has moved. And that really impacts this entire region. And then, of course, my district extends all the way to West Virginia through Giles County, and that's a heavily coal-dependent area. Although we don't have a coal mine in this district, a lot of businesses there work with heavy equipment and machinery, and when coal plants close, that just trickles down through our entire district. So you really have to understand how the impact of one thing leads to another.
Anyway, let's go back to what you were saying earlier,
Sure.
knocking on doors and people saying that they're concerned about jobs, right? Now,
Yes.
we often hear candidates say, oh, elect me and I'm going to create jobs. I mean, you can't create a job as a politician, so what would you do specifically that's going to spur economic investment and job creation in Southwest Virginia?
Right, John, you're exactly right. Politicians do not create jobs. The government doesn't create jobs. What we would have to do here is create a healthier business environment, and that would mean lower taxes and less regulations. Right now, the EPA regulations that are being imposed on us, especially in our energy areas, are just really crippling industry and the ability to start, grow, and keep businesses here.
So, get a little specific. Is there a specific thing you would like to do? Like, for instance, we've got a candidate in the 12th district here in Central Virginia that is in favor of lowering or abolishing the corporate income tax.
Right. Yeah.
Do you think something like that might
I do.
make sense?
I do. I think we need to carefully examine our corporate income tax because it's making us less competitive than many of our neighboring states. I mean, Virginia slid from number 1 to number 3 to number 8 as the best state to do business in, and we need to keep ourselves competitive. And as I mentioned also, the EPA regulations are just crippling the ability to have industry here in Southwest Virginia.
Well, they're just ridiculous. I don't know how we're going to stop that, but if you do get elected, you got to find a way to stand up to the federal government because some of the EPA regulations now that they're trying to foist on Virginia is going to choke off whatever opportunity is remaining out there. Dr. Dye, you're in a three-way race. Caldwell is going to get in. What do you think of Caldwell's entry? Don Caldwell, Democrat, currently the Commonwealth's attorney, Roanoke City. What do you think of his potential entrance into this race as an independent?
Well, it certainly makes this race even more interesting than it already was, and it gives our voters the choice between one principled, common-sense Republican and two Democrats.
Right. Now, he is a Democrat, but he says he's going to be running as a kind of a conservative Democrat, if you will. So would that potentially take away some of your base, or in your mind is it, hey, you know, come on in, water's fine?
Yeah, come on in. The more the merrier. I invite anyone who's interested in serving to join the race, of course. When
you're out talking to people specifically about Senator Edwards, you're going door to door. What is some of the feedback that you've gotten on the incumbent senator from people that you're talking to in their homes?
Well, I mean, the first thing, John, is most people are not even familiar with who's been serving them over the past 20 years in the state Senate. And second is they really don't have a connection to him, especially when you get outside of Roanoke. They don't feel like they've been represented very well, and that he's not in touch with what's going on the ground there.
All right. Well, you know, sometimes you get these incumbents in a while. They kind of lose touch, no doubt. But it sounds like you're getting some good feedback, Nancy, we look forward to following your campaign. I've got this right now as a three-way dead heat, so I think it's going to be really close.
I'm feeling a lot of excitement, a lot of momentum. You know, we've got a united Republican Party going into this, and people really are ready for a change. So this is a great race for people to get involved in. If they want to jump on board and support me, it's easy. You can go to nancydye.com to volunteer, to donate, to get involved in this race. I really think, John, people are ready for a change here, and they want new leadership that can really bring this region together.
All right, go to nancydye.com. Nancy, thanks for being with us. Dr. Dye, candidate, Republican State Senate District 21, Southwest Virginia. This is the